Hello and welcome back to another morning at the Moonbase. Things have been going well as I've designed a lot of base overnight here, and we're going to take a little bit of a tour. So we'll go in the front door as we are used to it. And in here, I mean, the main nanite control room will probably have different LCDs on the walls showing off what is in storage, what the battery status is like, stuff like that. And of course, all these like temporary control stations and cryopods and stuff like that will be removed in the future. But for now, they're just there for my convenience. But going up from here, I heard a lot of the feedback, and we're going to go with stairs in the walls because they look nice and clean. And I've done this. Automatic doors. So as we walk through, we can see there's a sensor up there. It's automatically finding this door. Well, I've told it this door, and when the player gets here, it automatically opens. And when the player passes through and then steps on the stairs, it automatically closes. So yeah, it's just detecting a little bit right in here. We've also got the conveyor air block, which is an absolutely amazing tiny little mod. I just totally forgot that I didn't have it in my little pack here. And essentially what this is where the normal air vent is sort of like a half block, and it can create things a little bit annoyingly, where you have to, like design for that half block existing. You've got this conveyor block, which can act as a conveyor, but then one side of it is a vent. So you can have it just like right in the middle of all of your stuff, and it can be acting as a conveyor, but then just also as a vent. And they have a cornered version of that as well, which would go really well in like some corners like that. That would look pretty nice, having a vent if you had a nicely curved ceiling or something like that in your spaceship. But anyway, moving on up, we have a little seated area with windows looking outside. We probably can put down some benches and some couches here. Make like essentially a little landing area where you can relax and see the sun come up. Then we go out further, another automatic door, and then going up here, I haven't really figured out exactly what the floors are going to be, but we have another room. We can do whatever we want with it. We can head further up. There is another window and seating area, and I haven't fully finished the ceiling in these areas as well. And then we have the top level, and on the top level, instead of having the stairways in the wall like this, the stairway will be in the room, because up here is going to be a nice glass room that will be able to see out all around and give sort of the status of the current base. And what I'm probably going to do is even cut away maybe a bit of the roof, maybe a couple blocks back, and do glass on the roof as well. But I'm still haven't figured out exactly if I want to do that. Although I did notice something I did wrong. This is supposed to be one block to the left, so I gotta grind this whole entire left side down and rebuild it. God damn it, sort of feeling, as it is off-centered. You can tell just by looking at it from the distance. Oh, it's not symmetrical. I'm gonna have to destroy something because of that. But anyway, we'll fix that, and we can fix that with our little grinder ship, which we'll do in a moment. But yeah, that is the base so far. Of course, the solar tower will go away eventually. It will be replaced with a shield emitter for the station, because eventually we'll get uranium. We'll go to the alien planet after we build probably either upgrade this or make a new version of the dropship. We'll go off to the alien planet way the heck over there and get a bunch of uranium and haul it back to base here and set up some sort of interspatial, interplanetary trading routes and mining routes. But the station shield will go right on top of this roof here and will protect the entire base from damage. But also at each corner, there is going to be a pylon, like so, sticking out. And each pylon is going to contain 2 rotor turrets with 12 Gatlings each. And it's going to be targeted by these Oki weapons targeters here, which is going to be amazing. So we're going to be able to be up on the roof here, enemy whatever's will start coming in, and then like 2 to 4 Gatling rotary turrets will just freaking unload on them from our tower position, and it will be great. Is there some... Oh, looks like there's something over there. That's weird. Let's go see what it was. Did something explode over here? Is this the remnant of something? Oh, it's a ball of ice. Okay. I'll take that back. Oh man, the base is so hard to see against the black of the sky because it's so dark, but then you can see the shadow of it. That looks cool. But yeah, a whole bunch of stuff that we're doing. Also, the underground drill out has done quite well. We've fully extended, and so I've stopped it. What we need to do is connect that to the wall with our landing gear, then detach and retract. And considering this is 5 long, and if we take a look at how far that's gone, sort of like the distance from there to there is 1. There would be another unit of distance, and then sort of another unit of distance to where I kind of want the exterior wall to be. So I probably want to add on maybe another 7 or 8, probably around 8 pistons onto this thing. And then once that's on there, that'll be like all of the distance I'll ever need for this entire drill out operation. So we'll probably do that today as well. But in the meantime, we are going to head out to the gold and silver mine, as we just haven't been there in a while. What I did was I turned off the drone so it wasn't flying out to that area very often because there wasn't much for it to do out there. I'm also just going to set its batteries to charge up a little here before we leave. The reason being is that it was the production that is out there that is turning stone into useful things. It can only do it so fast, and this thing was going back and forth so quickly with such a large capacity that it would only come back with partial loads. And so I'm like, okay, well, this is fine. I'll just turn off the drone for a while. I'll let that process all of its stuff, and then I'll send the drone back to do it. So that's what I've done. We're going to sick the drone out and start it working again. At the same time, we'll follow it with our grinder ship, and we'll start to grind away at that gold, the drill out there, as we want to recuperate its materials, and then take those materials and most likely set up another drill somewhere around here on our little sort of plateau, our plain, as there is a bunch of mining areas like there and such that we could start setting up and then just retasking the drone to those new mining areas. However, we have an issue when it comes to the drone. So if we take a look at our GPS and we look at path 1, we can see now from this position here to path 1, the building is starting to get in the way. And so we don't want to have the building get hit by the drone. So what we're going to need to do is fly over to, say, here. So we've got a nice clear approach. And we'll make another GPS from current position, which will be drone path 0, because we're a programmer and we start to count from 0. And then we'll go into here, go to our remote control, and we're going to add path 0 into this path. So it should be right beside path 1. You gotta add it in twice because we have to do both the going there and the getting back. So now when it goes to main approach, it'll go to path 0 first, then path 1, and then do the rest of the thing as appropriate. So that should be fine. Let's turn these on back onto auto. It should have plenty of charge just because it's not really using that much power while it's flying around. We'll also do the connector for the drone. We'll unlock it because the thing assumes that it is unlocked when it starts, and then a remote control, and let us begin autopilot. We'll jump out of there. This thing should automatically turn around and aim towards... I don't know why it didn't go to path 1. Or I don't know why it didn't go to path 0 first, but it just missed the base. Holy crap. I'm gonna have to check that while it gets there. It's gonna get there fine. I just gotta see why it didn't go to path 0. I thought I added that in correctly. Well, let's head off to the gold and silver mine. So what was with your remote control here? Did I not put that in correctly? No, path 0 is there. That's so weird. I am not sure why that is not doing that. It didn't do that. Hopefully this thing doesn't crash into the freaking tower. That would be bad. But in the meantime, we can see how much this thing has drilled out. We take a peek down the hole. It's so deep. Oh, owie. It's still silver and stuff on the ground here. There's still a vein of it there, but we'll probably get this with a ship rather than the drill, as you can see how much dirt we had to get through to get to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to salvage this thing up. I'm going to slice it off from its bearings here. And just get all of these drills. We're going to fill up our little ship, as we're going to have tons of stuff in our cargo container eventually. And then take these goodies and move them on back to another location eventually. Alright, so I take that one off, the whole thing's going to fall, because that's where it's connected. So let's take these two off first. There we go. And now the junction. And now the question is, how heavy am I now? About halfway through my my medium cargo container. Yeah, we'll just salvage as much as we can here, and then travel on back with our drone when it leaves. Grinding these nested pistons down is actually a little interesting, considering the fact that if I grind down the wrong bit of piston at the wrong time, the entire damn thing could fall apart. Because it's essentially one sort of snaked, coiled thing that is being held together. But we're doing okay. And honestly, it doesn't matter if some of them fall into the pit below. We can always just go fly down and get them. Who cares? If they take a little bit of damage, that's alright. Smash up there. Excellent. Check our inventories here. Our connector and our cargo container are getting full. We still have plenty of lift though, so no need to worry just yet. And yeah, although we should probably head on back. We should see if the drone managed to land properly, or if it decided to crash into the base horribly. Oh, this thing is so sluggish. It is not meant for heavy amounts of materials with these ion thrusters. These things simply don't have the oomph that hydrogen do. However, it's saving me on some ice as I'm doing my work around here, so that is good. So we'll head back to the base, and let's see here. Did you crash, little drone? Hopefully you didn't. Hopefully you're doing drone path 0. That's what I want you to do. Well, looks like the drone has parked. And, oh, okay, we can see from the orientation of the drone here that it's aiming directly in. So it's just coming for a landing here. Blockade runner. Oh, that's interesting. So it's aiming directly in towards... Whoa, 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 I gotta back off. Make sure I'm not in this thing's way. Are you gonna go to path 0? Yeah, that's it. Go to path 0. And then turn, and then go to path 1. Good drone. Good drone. You do that for the rest of your days. And I'm going to run a few loads of cargo. Get this thing connected up and set ourselves to recharge. But yeah. Drones are kicking butt. I want to see how much stuff is left to take away here, as there was plenty of materials. You can see hundreds of thousands of iron and nickel and silicon and all sorts of fun stuff that has been piled up here after all the stone has been refined, which will all be greatly useful back at base. And drone coming in. Kind of lock up here, starting his timers and connecting. And now his local cargo should start filling up. Glorious, glorious amounts into his cargo containers. Excellent. Alright, so he is good. And I'll just let him fly around by himself for the rest of the episode. But now, it is time to do some other stuff. So let's get those drills down here extended. So let's grab a landing gear. We'll grab some blocks. We'll grab stuff for pistons and rotors. Oh, if I can spell rotor correctly. There we go. And let us go and get some stuff done. Grab stuff for that, grab a couple pistons, grab a couple rotors, a couple more pistons. There are plenty of materials. Everything I'll need. So from here, we will go a couple blocks out, and then a couple blocks in, like so. We need to get slightly past these drills, so we can lock onto the wall without things touching the drills. Okay, that's too close. There. If that's fully extended, that's not going to work. So what we need to do is retract this by, say, a couple meters. So we'll set this to minimum distance 8, and we'll set this to -1. Pulled it away. Let's get a few more blocks on here and get one closer to the wall. And now we need to maximum distance. Let's do really slow. Little bits at a time, as we just want it to grab onto the wall. 8.6. Probably one more point there at 8.7, and that will probably grab. Oh my god, it's so close. 8.8, I guess. Okay, this landing gear should lock. We need to find that landing gear. If there's any out there, lock them. Are you locked? Really? My god. Why are you not locked? 8.9 then. There you go. Alright. So now, we're going to go to damage that rotor a little bit. Oh, it needs to be an advanced rotor, right? We don't need normal rotors. We need advanced rotors. There we go. No, don't repair it. Incomplete. Detach. Alright. You are detached. We will get rid of you. And then we'll take all these pistons. And we will set them to be... hopefully minimum distance is 0. There we go. We'll suck them all in. Go pistons. Now, don't delete on me. I know you're an unpowered grid, but I'm not going there very far. Alright, we just add some more pistons. So I'll probably need about 1, 2, 3. Let's see how many I can fit in here. Oh, come on. What do you mean I'm unable to place? 4, 5, 6, 7. I can fit 7 in there. Alright, let's do that. We can fit 7. And now we just need to probably weld up this one piston here that's really close so that we can change things on the close piston. We'll set this as... alright, also, first thing, all of pistons here. Share inertia tensor. This thing is going to be wobbly as shit, but that's going to be fun. I am inviting clang here, and I am enjoying it. Clang, become one with me. Maximum distance, let's say 5 meters. Oh, nope, that's too much. So it's, let's say maximum of 4. Reverse it back a little bit. We'll see where 4 is. So maybe 4.5. Oh, it's really close. We just need to get that head a little bit closer. So that's maybe about a 0.1 or a 0.2. So let's go 4.7, say. Oh yeah, now that's connecting up. Alright, now for this advanced rotor. We got... big money, no whammy, don't explode on me. Oh yeah, there we go. And then we're back connected. And now, the scary part. Oh yeah, okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. That's always the frightening bit when it comes to these damn pistons. Is will it explode on me? In today's adventures of can we bait Clang out of this game? And hopefully the base will put all the large steel tubes I need down here. Excellent. Oh, why didn't you reverse? Oh, because your minimum distance was that. Oh well, whatever. We still got a fair amount of pistons on here. Alright, maximum distance will be 10. And we'll actually retract you. Come on, base. I need some large steel tubes. Give me those. Are you on that? Do I even have any large steel tubes around? I do have some. Yes, I do. Alright. Let's grab some. Gimme. There we go. Let's go get those plugged in. Wonderful. Excellent. We're good to begin another mining expedition here with all of my pistons. All hail Clang! Clang is our god. Alright, let's get this thing extended out a little bit more here. Get our drills back online. Oh, it's a little noisy. Let's set this thing out. Let's go. We'll see with this first piston, if it's fully extended, if it'll reach the wall or not. I probably could have got another piston on here if I had noticed that that one wasn't fully retracted. Yeah, I definitely could have. Oh well, whatever. This will be fine. Maximum distance, let's go for 5 meters and send it out. As we are close to the wall here. Dug in a little bit. Excellent. Let's go for 1 more meter on this one. Set it to 6. And then we can go to our advanced rotor on central. And we can take off its rotor lock. And it's bumpy. But it's going. And we're drilling again. This entire thing is just the dumbest thing ever. It's going to be so wiggly. Especially when it's fully extended. Ah, well. But that's part of the fun. How's that drone doing? Is it flying around happy right now? Where is it? Oh, it's here. Nice. Hey, drone. I disabled the thing's antenna because there was frickin' Reaver gunships and stuff flying near the base, and they'd be like, Reaver has noticed your antenna, and I'm like, oh, god damn it. So I've disabled all my antennas. Yeah. We're collecting stone again. Our refineries should be starting to be getting refilled. Yes, they're getting stone pumped into them. I'll drop off all my materials, which will be sucked out of there. And let's go back to doing some salvage. Which, what we haven't salvaged yet, is some of the other bases. Like there's that observation outpost. And we'll let the drone go off on its own merry way here. God, I love drones. I have to make so many more drones in the future. I want to have like a little fleet of drones all flying around me. Because that would be the goal. You have a working ship like this, and then sort of flanking me higher up in the air, maybe 100 meters above me, as I work. There is like a gunship drone that's just following me around and just keeping me protected from stuff. That would be absolutely amazing. I have to do that at some point. But we'll go and we'll check out this observation outpost. I mean, we've already disabled these things when we visited them last time. But all we need to do now is just get their goodies and grind them all up and take them all back to base so that our base can handle it and can take their wonderfulness. Downside of this ship is it does not have oomph in its engines, so we really gotta worry about our slowing down here. Jeez, it takes a while. And here we go. We'll use our cockpit view here. No HUD. And we'll just go to grinding. And just as I'm grinding away stuff here, we can just talk about whatever. Stuff related to the channel. As it has been doing quite well with your guys' interest in Space Engineer, so I'm going to continue to satisfy your cravings for that content as much as I can. My goal, I think, would be to put out about, say, 3 a week. So like the Monday, Wednesday, Friday kind of feeling. just sort of during your work week, you're going to have one every couple days. And then over the weekends, I'll give myself the time to film, essentially, the coming week. As for this one, like, for example, I'm recording on a Saturday evening, and record several more as well tomorrow on a Sunday, and that just works best for me and my schedule, if that sounds good to you guys. Also, fun thing is that I have just gotten a new job. I was given the offer, well, if you don't know, because I haven't discussed it in my Space Engineer series at all, because it's been entirely with my MechWarrior stuff in the past. I currently work for part of the Canadian government, and I make maps for people. So, essentially, if you want to do a cut block where you cut down some trees in a certain area, then I need to go and check to make sure that you're not intruding on any land use sort of thing. It kind of sounds boring if you're not really into it, but I find it really interesting. But I got another job, which is still with the government. However, it's back in my hometown, which is nice because I'll be able to be close to my parents as they are getting older and be able to help take care of them. And so everything is just going wonderfully for me right now. But that's not going to happen anytime soon. So don't worry about all of a sudden, you know, the Space Engineers just started and then, oh, I have to go on a hiatus because I need to move. No, it's not going to happen for about a month. So I'll be able to get a lot of stuff prepared, and when it does happen, I'll tell you guys, and I'll say, oh yeah, all this stuff that you're going to see next is pre-recorded, and therefore I won't be able to respond to any comments. But just letting you know that stuff will come in the future in a few weeks when I eventually do start that position. But overall, things are awesome in my life right now, which is good, and which makes making these videos even better, because I get to share that with you guys. So yeah, tell me if you think that like 3 videos a week would be good. There's also been a couple of requests or sort of people saying that, oh, it'd be nice if I could take my approach with how I like to do my videos and do a more sort of formal, like, tutorial type content. So I could go and say, here, this is everything you need to do to make a drone work, like how I did with my drone episode where I figured it out for the first time, but that was like a 45 or 50 minute episode. If I could distill that down to a 10-minute video that is easily watchable and easily rewatchable and shareable, hopefully that would be interesting for people. So if you think that is a good idea, share your comments on that in the comments, and we can see how people like it. Super Gremlin, Proton Cargo Ship, nothing I need to worry about. Gremlin will be too tall. Well, not too tall. It will be too high in the atmosphere for me to care. But yeah, we got a great big pile of stuff. Really just a whole bunch of steel plate from the ceiling armor. We're going to have to take several trips out to that place in order to fully grind it down, as there's just far too much there. As we fly back towards the base here, turn off our stuff. We got our meters per second up there. We've got our power consumption. I really wish that instead of a 1, it would maybe give us like our time. Like we've got our 50 minutes now, 30 minutes if I'm trying to push hard with this, 15 minutes if I'm trying to raise. I should try to see what that is. Oh god, I don't want to hit the panels. Let's go over them. I didn't judge my braking distance well enough. We'll put our bottom towards our motion so that we can zero out as fast as possible. And let's come back in for a landing here. Keep in mind, I want to make sure I run into a drone. Oh, that's it over there. It's just coming back. I think I can see it. Or am I mistaken? Oh no, that's just a dot on the horizon. Oh no, that is the drone, isn't it? Or am I crazy? Oh, I must be crazy. It must just be a piece of dirt that I'm looking at. And let's come back in for a landing. Oh man, I'm so happy I got all those atmospheric... Not those atmospheric, these ion thrusters from that one ship before it despawned. I didn't have to waste my platinum on this, and I get a nice ship that I can use with just power, which I can charge up. Oh, now, damn it. I turned off my thrusters, and now my landing gear is parked up. At least I had landing gear to absorb my fall there. Connect, then go on to recharge. Silly thing. And hi, drone. Welcome back. How you doing for your inventory here? What you got on your hauls? Ooh, do you have nothing? Are you done? Are you actually done? Let's go take a look. That should be good. We'll coast our way out there as we clean our bar of stuff we don't need. Because if you're done, I can go turn you off. And then just go and salvage all this stuff. See, that thing can move so much material so fast. Oh, no, there's still stuff here. Oh, it's in the connector. This is the one problem with the frickin' filter here. It's good, but then the last little bit that gets stuck in the connector doesn't get to move through. So we're going to have to send the drone. We'll send it out here one more time manually. And then when it gets there, we'll pull things in manually into it. And then that'll be the last trip for the drone. Coasting through the air. Also, nice. We'll grab this up here. We'll go to this timer, lock duration, and oh, we only got 13 seconds here, so we'll just go for a ride on our drone right at the end. So what I think the idea is, because the YouTuber that I take sort of inspiration from for my space engineer stuff is obviously Splitsy. He's amazing, and his tutorials, especially his getting started stuff, is really good right now. I think I want to try making the tutorial as well, though. I think it would be really cool. He's got his drone sort of defense tutorial, where he had the little anti-wolf drone that would fly around and automatically pick up uranium as it did its patrol route, which is essentially where I've learned how to make this drone for my cargo shipping. I think I can make my own version of that. Try not to like tread on his feet or anything, because he's cool, but I think I can make my own version that I'd like to put out there. Plus, I'd like to do some cool stuff, like not simply a just a little patrol drone. I'd like to. I really think I want to experiment with this. I think it's possible. I want to set up a drone that can fly between planets, and not just fly, like say autopilot, fly, you know, 1,000,000 kilometers sort of thing. Like fly as in. Let's go to the connector here. Let's get our large cargo container of local. Let's transfer these over manually. And we're good. Alright. Now we can go to that timer. And, yeah, we're just going to sit here while this timer ticks down. But the idea would be that I think this is possible. I'd like to make an interplanetary cargo drone, which sounds so cool. And I'd like it to be able to lock to a moving drill. I am not sure how I'm going to do this, but I want to figure out how to do it. Somehow, I could probably get a script that would automatically update waypoint locations. Like, automatically changing a waypoint. So just imagine that a drone takes off from the moon here. It would fly normally until it gets into orbit. Then once it's in orbit, it would have a jump drive on it. It would then disable autopilot, jump to a location, enable autopilot, and then it would fly down from that new sort of how I do like the moon approach and base approach and stuff like that. It would fly down to a area sort of in the general area of where this thing could be, and then it would get a new updated waypoint from some sort of mobile base that is driving around drilling out stuff, and the mobile base would go, hey, well, we're over here now, and then the drone would go, okay, and then it would go to the mobile base and dock to it, even though the mobile base moved in between the times when it went out. So it would be like this adaptive autopilot thing that would be able to go from planet to planet. So I could set up a drill on Earth that is some like massive like drone drilling platform that's just slowly carving away through wherever, and then I could have a cargo ship that is going back and forth shuttling materials from Earth or from Mars. Like I could set up a huge platinum mine on Mars and then have it just automatically ship platinum back to the moon, or a huge uranium mine on the alien planet and ship uranium back to the moon. That would be the coolest shit in the entire world, and I want to give it a try. Probably I'm going to play with it tonight in creative and see if it's possible. And then if it is, holy crap. First thing will be, can a ship go from one planet to orbit, jump, go down to the planet surface, and then go back up to orbit and jump back? That'll be the big thing. If it's able to do that, then we're good. But here we go. We've got our connection here. We're all locked up, and we've got the last bit of stuff. So all we have to do now is we're done with you for now. We're going to stop the timer, as we don't need the ship to take off again for another little bit. As drone, you've done your work for now. But also, I think that's probably going to be this episode. We've done a lot of base cleanup here, a lot of just sort of administrative type stuff, a lot of just almost janitorial things, cleaning up, salvaging. Not really anything new and exciting. However, we're getting it done. We can extend these out another 2 meters as well. Come here, 6 meters? No, 8 meters. Hell yeah. Drill into that dirt. Give me all of that stone. As we have a lot more drilling to do. But then once it's done, and we can really set up this basement here, it's going to be glorious. But that is going to be it for now. We'll have a nice view here, looking at the base from far. I got plenty of hydrogen for this. Yep, I do. It's coming along. It looks a lot more like a base than it did the last episode. The last episode, it kind of looked just like a little space platform. Now it actually looks like a base. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and good hunting out there.